Am I the a-hole for wearing a bikini? Even though my sister just had a baby, I am on a family vacation, parents. Sister Rachel L., her son, her husband Adam, and my husband and our daughter. We are by the sea, and yesterday was the first time we'd be going to a beach club. My sister asked me not to wear a bikini or anything revealing, because she said both she and Am are not feeling the best about her postpartum body, and she really doesn't want to bring the topic up. I said I was sorry she feels that way, but I wasn't going to spend a day roasting under an umbrella, unable to swim or enjoy myself. I said tons of women would be in bikinis, so I didn't see why I made a difference. We went to the beach and Rachel was a wreck all day and refused to come with us to the beach today. My parents are now saying I'm the a-hole for not just wearing a cover-up that you can still swim in, and that if I keep wearing swimwear, it's going to ruin the trip. Adam and the body thing. Yes, you read it right. Rachel didn't elaborate, but I presume Adam has made some kind of comments because several times during and after Rachel's pregnancy, he asked me about my postpartum diet workout regimen. I was vague about it but did end up telling him I'd had surgery and various non-invasive treatments, and that diet exercise was not the deciding factor. He stopped asking.
Am I the a-hole for telling a pregnant woman to sit on the ground instead of giving her my seat? My nephews both graduated from high school this morning and I wanted to sit up front, so I camped out a bit in front of the entrance. I brought my folding camping chair and my headphones to listen to my show. About 40 minutes before the school would let us inside, a pregnant woman got next to me since somebody let her in line, assume her partner. She asked me within 5 minutes politely admittedly if she could have my chair as she was going to have trouble standing the whole time. I said no, sorry, I needed more bad feet knees, and went back to my things. She asked me again within 2 minutes and the answer was the same. She however got a little mad at me and said that she was going to be struggling the whole time and asked her partner to tell me. He asked me himself a politey, and I again responded that sorry, but I needed more and suggested she could wait in their car or just sit in the ground. At this point, the husband directly called me an asshole but left me alone.
Am I the a-hole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her? I've been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad 63 for 4 years. My 23-year daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my view that all children are innocents really tied my hands, because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. She has blamed me for that ever since, and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to depression. Party, not all of my response was telling her to take a shower, and I bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion and a suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She is a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism, so she'd get annoyed if she was sitting eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me, and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry, and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her, and it's hard to be around her all day, said she was walking temptation, and said that's why he was avoiding sex with me. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house, so I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her college's emergency financial and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as the villain of all villains. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation and don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether or not to save. AITA?
Am I the a-hole for laughing at my housemate when he suggested I not shower on my period? I've 31F. live in a share house. One of the housemates, Jack, M30, has never lived with a woman outside of his mother but likes to say that he is aware of women's issues and calls himself a feminist. For instance, he doesn't agree with the saying, "No uterus, no opinion," because it's my job to be informed about any issues that could affect me if I become a father or husband, which is fine until it came to this issue. So, like most biological women, I have periods. I, however, cannot use tampons or cups due to a condition called vaginismus. It's pads all the time for me, yay. I know, the shock, shower during this time. Wow. I prepare a new pad onto a clean pair of undies, shower as normal, dry myself off in the shower, and then step straight into the undies. And obviously check the bathroom for mess. Jack's never complained, nor has anyone else, so I figured my system was working. Q today, and I can't shower for 48 hours due to a heart monitor test. I was jokingly complaining about how I was going to survive without my nightly shower, and Jack looked up confused and said, "How is this any different to when you're on your period?" I asked him what he meant and he said, "Well, you can't shower on your period unless you use a tampon," and I laughed because I thought he was joking. He has shown before that he was at least semi-educated on women, which he got angry at. Jack said, "Wait. Well, what do you do?" And I said slowly, "I shower." I wasn't getting it, I'm afraid. Jack said, without protecting my bathroom, he does not own the house, and then went off. Apparently my period is unhygienic, it can cause infection if left on the shower floor, and he was under the impression I hadn't been showering for a week when I had my period or using tampons. I said that due to reasons I can't use tampons, and he told me then I'm banned from showering when I'm on my period, which I laughed again, at which I did apologize for and say, "I'm sorry for laughing," but the audacity of that statement. I told Jack he has no way of enforcing this, nor would I be sticking to this, and he said, "Fine. Then every time you shower, you need to bleach the bathroom afterwards," to which I couldn't help but laugh again, apologizing, but saying, "We're in a share house. That's not reasonable when other people need to shower, use the toilet, and considering I'm sure at least somebody else pees in the shower, is ridiculous to only enforce on me." I brought that up and he said, "Nobody does that, I've never heard of that in my life." So I just had to walk away. Jack's been complaining to other housemates about this and saying that we need to watch out for me, and we all just think he's absurd for banning me, but a couple think that I should just at least try and compromise, so I'm confused. AITA?
And it took longer than I would have liked for the guy to leave. I was being gentle, saying, "All right. Goodbye, buddy, and we've got to get back home." Eventually the guy left, but not because she wanted him to leave, because I kept insisting. Nothing bad happened at all. My girlfriend had been watching from the window, and must have only caught the end part of it, and saw the other girl with her arm around me. My girlfriend is not the type to cause a public scene. She'll wait until a private time to air her grievances. The girl had no money for an Uber, and was planning on walking home but felt too nervous. So I arranged for an Uber to pick her up and waited outside with her until the car came, jumping ahead to when I was home with my girlfriend. She asked me what was that all about, and wanted to know why her arm was around me and why I stayed after the creep left. She put together that the guy was being weird, but she said I shouldn't have let her put her arm around me, even though after the guy left, she removed it. None of my explanations were working, so I just turned it to her and said, "What would you have wanted me to do? And if you were here, what would you have wanted the guy to do?"
Am I the asshole pretending another girl was my girlfriend?
I, 25 was out with my girlfriend, 25, and some other friends. We were drinking and having a good time. I smoke, trying to quit, and went outside alone for a smoke. I was standing in front of the bar, kind of a short walk away. I don't like standing right in front of the door because the smoke gets into the bar or establishment. This frantic-looking woman is walking at normal pace, and there's a guy a couple of feet behind her. She walks to me and says, "Hey, baby, I'm glad you're waiting where you said you would." I was confused at first, but I quickly understood the situation. This guy was weird, and on the way up, he was muttering weird things, like, "Just give me your number. You're so pretty, I just want to talk to you," etc. When I told someone else this story, I was asked why I didn't react when I saw her walking and heard that. And the answer is it all happened very fast, and I had been drinking. Once I put it together, I said, "Hey, honey, been waiting for you." And she put her arm around me.